Greetings, greetings, greetings. King David here again. Always I say greetings. What the king I get for find out? The king I get for find out, so guess what? Majority, and with whole heap of respect to the feminine divine, because we have the feminine in us also, and in the feminine is a beauty, is a creativity. So I want to express that the feminine inside each and every individual, because even within the male, what we see as a man, there's a femininity inside of a man. Yeah, the creative part, the part of a man, yeah, that's the feminine. The one that does the heart and the nice and the clean and the, you know what I mean? That's the feminine side of a man. But a man also can be masculine. And there are women also who have dominant masculine side to them. And I think what I'm noticing is that our present culture within the United States especially, promotes a whole bunch of female dominant masculinity. That means the species that we recognize as a female with the breast and the vagina, who we think should operate like more of a kind of nicer, softer, caring, empathetic side. Yeah, I think a lot of female is devoid of a balance, more than 50% of that. Like a lot of, and it is within this American culture. I'm what we refer to as the United States culture. The species or the female counterpart, they do operate differently. And what I'm noticing, there's a lot of jealousy, manipulation, yeah. So all that comes now in the form of, most time you realize that if a woman has her thing or things going, and you as a man enter into that space, then she wants you to adapt into that space according to her belief system or ways and everything. So just imagine now you are not into that. So that's what I'm finding out. And then they want to have a relationship with you. That's toxic already. You know what I'm saying? That is toxic already when a woman wants to have a relationship with you and they don't allow you to even have a space within their space. Yeah, I think when a man allow a woman into his space, a man give that woman, the dominance. So you see the kitchen there, so the bedroom there, so the bathroom there. Find a space for yourself. All right, an extra room is over there if you want to do that. That's how I would do it. Give the man a space. All right, you come with certain things. I know you are going to have certain things. So I have my ways and you have your ways. Let's see where we can have a balance within this quarter, so we can have a smooth existence, instead of allowing things to trigger you every moment. Like, I smoke. All right, for example, now I am back at my ex-wife's house, and she knows that I smoke. And I'm friendly and I'm certain kind of way, and it's like I'm seeing like little jealousy. I'm seeing little thing like you want to, little attitude already, and I'm like, oh my goodness, here I go again. I will not allow a woman to dominate me, man. I'd rather stay single for the rest of my life than to allow a woman. You see, I allowed a woman to dominate me for almost 7 years, and what she did, she get up and cut. So yeah, the lady get up and cut. So me now, if I come out of that experience and come back in my experience where I am going to allow a woman to dominate me, you're going to see me for who I am, love me for who I am, and then I'm going to see you for who you are and love her. That's why you see, I could even force myself even to having sex with somebody nowadays that I am not attracted to in that way, that respect me and I respect them. I would never do it. It's been going over 4 months now since the Empress walked out, or since we cut part, and I have not looked at a woman. I'm using my energy for me. I'm helping me. I'm not going to take on no bad energy and no bad vibes again. That teach me a lesson, and I have healed. Trust me. No amount of PUSSY. This is what we are say. Can intrigue me that much enough to dominate me. No, I am a king. I am King David. Whoever called me her king, then I say that's my queen, because she's going to respect me and I'm going to respect me. I turn up on boundaries of respect nowadays. You understand? And it doesn't matter. Send me a my yard tomorrow. if I have to. You understand? That's why I'm saying a man has to create his space. A man has to create his space. Don't let nobody come in your space, contaminate. When you allow somebody to come in your space, contaminate, then you are not no God no more. Yeah, somebody take over your space. And when you have to go into somebody's space to abide by every rule that them put down, you are not a God anymore. You see? So you have to remain in your God self. You have to have equality in relationship. I don't know, dominate for me, not dominate no woman. I say, go do this, go do that. You and vex them because they do that. I have a discussion. It's maturity. Suppose that is what she wants to do. Then allow her to do that. That is my, my take on that. That is my, my belief on that. I will allow a woman to do what she wants to do. That's her choice. Now, if we're together and I see that there are certain things, I'm going to set boundaries, of course. This is what I like. Suppose she don't want to do that, then I can't fuss with her. You see what I'm saying? All I'm saying is that in a relationship, like for me, what I've learned in a relationship for 6-7 years, what I learned is to please the woman. That's how I want to keep my relationship. I'm going to please you. What is it that you like? Now, sometimes it does not coincide with what I like. So, you know what I'm saying? But no, what I'm finding, I've made a change now. Like, I don't have to please you in totality. I do not have to please you in totality. You have to adjust yourself to know that you have your ways and I have my ways. I would go out on the street sometimes and I would see people, and I don't know, maybe there's a little show off in me, a little kid in me where I like to dance and sing and smoke my little weed. And then my woman said, what happened? She looked at me mad like, what happened? You have an insecurity? And all me I say, I do is like, is this one on my way? I communicate like me have to sit down underneath her or like a little boy, and it's like me have to keep in conformity to what she believe and think. You make a man a little indigent when you do that to him. Let the man have him way and be happy. I'm a happy person. Let me tell you, my woman come in and see me happy, and then she'll tell me about the weed when I smoke no good because it falls, because that give me a happy falseness. A false happiness. Yo, I just eat one donut, so if I not brown pan my teeth, you know what it is. But trust me, a King David, a king, you say me a king. And king means that I'm going to speak the truth, I'm going to have a good loving relationship. That's what king is. Being your man, allowing somebody to respect you and you are going to respect them. That's what king is. Knowing that one to each other, we are going to show that respect. Yeah, and love. Yeah, that's what a king is. If I have and you want, I can give it to you. You know what I mean? With respect. And yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And sit in your high regard, Be friendly with people, sociable. We in a community and we have regards for who is higher than who, and them the people better than these people. So we can't call to those people. Yeah, we can't say hello to nobody on the street here because we Christian and them are cokehead or them are crackhead or weeded. No, king don't operate that. All the people is for the king. Everybody is for the king. No, I'm not going to lie with them, but that don't mean I can't call to them or have relationship with them. It's not the fact that you smoke or drink or do certain things that make you, inhumane. No. It's just the belief systems. I'm saying that the belief systems of life that cause you to think that, when you operate on a certain codes, the 10 commandments, or you don't, you're highly educated or you have a whole bunch of financial status and those people don't have, and they have to come and beg you all the time, then you feel like you're better than or you're bigger than. You're not better than, bigger than nobody. Although I am a king, I'm telling you I'm a king. But I know that I'm not better, I'm bigger. I'm just accepting my position in life, that you are going to respect me as a person. I'm going to respect you as a person. And then we can all have goodness and happiness. Yeah? But and I will not allow anybody to come into my space, but that don't mean to say I'm better than them. It's just that I have discovered that a lot of people want to come into your space just because they want to rob you of your energy. Yeah, when they're coming, they're not coming with no good energy. You understand? So they're not coming with no goodness towards you. They're coming to always take away. So they come for money, your energy. They come for food. They come for goods. They come for that. And at the same time, they're not even bringing in a good accreditation, a good word of encouragement. And for, but sometimes when you come, that's why when you come and look for the king always, people always bring to the king. People always bring to the king. So I command you to bring for the king, so the king can give you words of wisdom. And that's what I'm here for, to give you word of wisdom. Not to chastise you, but to open your eyes so you could heal and be a better person. I'm not going to chastise you. I tell you that you should do this, that you should do that. I'm saying lift up your energy so you could be in your joyful, happy state. Yeah, no matter what. Even when you're going through the hardest of crisis, it's the happy state that's going to take you out of the hard crisis. That belief in yourself, that know that you are everything and have everything ready. You have to believe like that and think like that and have that happy moment, be in your kids' joy. Yeah, so like I'm saying, that is what I've noticed, So within the female community, if you are trained certain way, then you're going to exercise more of your masculinity. Now, how does a man or a king deal with a woman, that exercise a real masculinity? Because you have some woman that take over the reign, I remember in that one instant, I'm more laid back, easy back, I'm the type of guy who say I'm a king, I'm not going to work, I'm not going to do certain things. Money have to come, I'm manifesting. The money don't come, I'm waiting, I'm having patience, and I'm still smiling, I'm still going, We live in penury, we don't have no money to buy big fish and big dinner and all that kind of stuff, and we still existing. And we say, and I'm enjoying it. But Empress not enjoying that shiggity. Empress said, no way, I've done enough of this shiggity already. I'm cutting, boy. I'm out of here. So I take it make joke, because you see, like I said, when you go on this journey, you realize who can easily fall off. Now, because you fall off, it don't mean. For see me cut off my locks, some people believe I fall off. Like when me come now, and my ex-wife cut off my lock, and I think she glad for that, She knows that she can cut off my locks. And me I go back in a church and this and that and that. Me now go back in a church. I already tell the church is hypnotism. You understand? All of them think that more devilish more than you find in yourself and know. Say, look how much hatred in a church. Well, if I hatred in a church, so I might not go back in a church. Now you might see me cut off a lot, but yeah. But I thought the truth. The truth continues. The truth continues in I and I. You understand? I cut off I laugh because that was a disconnection from the Empress. For anybody who want to know, that was a disconnection from the Empress. You understand? So when I because if I had that locks on, trust me, yeah, I would be still under that spell. Yeah, because like I tell you, woman come with government, man, and if the government is not of such race balance, it's gonna spell you. Because once they put that pussy power on you, man, I don't know if I can say that. Once you get attached to, the womb of a woman, you are attached. And I believe that me and Empress was soulmate and twin flame, and she invite me to some of these terms. And when me look, me say she cut and gone. So me know say, you can't make no woman have no government over you, because you say, or you can't fall in love. You have to just be like an old dog. When then gone, if you're like that, no, but I'm not like that. I'm not like an old dog. I'm a very empathetic person, sympathetic person, a person that go deep. You see what I say? Yeah, my thing, I'm go deep. Yeah, meaningful. So when I see the little, and like nowadays, I'm very aware. I have so many friends, old girlfriend look at me now, and I know that I'm in a peaceful spot, and they look at me and I'm in a strong spot, and it's not everybody I desire to go to bed with and to love up, but there's a whole bunch of love inside the eye and eye for somebody that's going to show me the same amount of love. Come on, you start to frown and carry on and want me to do everything your way and you not do thing my way. So I smoke. Do you accept that from the king? I smoke. Yeah. Then you can be with I. You see what I say? The king like to be freelancing, have whole heap of money, doing manifestation, work within the means, The king is a happy person. The king is going to be, friendly with a lot of people who you perhaps wouldn't talk to. At least you say hi, that's your neighbor, that's you. You see, so that's the king. The king wants to spread joy and love and peace and happiness. That's the king, and with everybody. It just doesn't happen within the family. Too much have we separated humanity and put in category and think that, up here is standard and down there is elitism, and across there is, foolishness, and way over there, that's separation, and we continue to societally create all of these divisions and separation and accusation and judgmental on people, and then we are not living in the best of society. Yeah, so it's our mindset and our education and our religion and politics and socio-economic and financial status that they have created within this human system that is allowing us to exercise our brainwave in such a way that we are not operating in balance and harmony. Humanity need to operate in balance and harmony. We can, and even if our ways are different, we still can learn to respect the other person's ways and smile and move on. Because, like I'm telling you, if you don't like, if you don't practice creating the lower frequencies in you, they will never be inside of you. So if you practice hate and bitterness and sensitivity for simple issues instead of smile of it, and have the look at it from a different perspective. Some people have held on to a perspective of morality from what they have learned, and they have different levels of morality, different systems of morality, and different rules and laws of morality, so to speak. You understand? So if you've held dogmatically to one kind of rules and law and precepts, then sometimes if there's a change outside your belief system, then somebody's going to look at you funny, different, sinful. You see what I'm saying? All of these terms, yeah. So, and like I've discovered, even with the weed now, I'm promoting it because a lot of people doing weed nowadays. A lot of people doing weed. They're doing it for CBD. They're doing it. It's legal. So a lot of people are doing it. No, why are they doing it? You see, it's helpful. The weed is helpful in many ways. So if I'm able to promote it, I say, if it's got to be censored, it's censored because it's out there legally. A lot of them big politicians making money from it. I smoke it, and it's very helpful to I and I. It is the reason why you see I can live. In fact, when I remember looking back, even for this is going to be a laugh, I thought, eventually one day Empress may see them thing, if I know she might go out to go watch. But sometimes it took the weed, but it's confession too. It took the weed, sometimes, sorry. So me all a Jew. Me always say that, Empress let me Jew. But anyway, it's the weed sometimes that allowed me to remain focused, that I was able to have a relationship, for the weed make me happy. You see what I'm saying? So if you go inside all the while and see my Empress sad face, me not think of the weed makes she sad. She just went sad within herself. But everybody have to create their own reality. Sad with circumstances, sad with, dissatisfaction, sad with, non-achievement, while me not say there was no sad moment when me say her sad or whatever, but officially, most time me I keep it real, man. Me like to smile. Me like to have a good time. Me like to the influence of my creativity. For when I smile, when I'm into, I can sing, I can dance, I can write. What is better than that? When I know so I can plant my food, I can sit down in one space right there and plant food. It's just that we are in a society now where if you want to live in a house, you have to have money to do it. So that's why we come for money. So we have to take money. Like I said, we are taking money right now to create that which we want to create. But eventually, I'm helping to create a peaceful place for humanities to come and hang out, have fun, respect, show love, enjoy yourself, and have to do with the whole hemostasis of the human body, mind, and soul. If I remember now, we always say mind, body, and soul. Free your mind, you know what I mean? Make your body healthy, you see? And let your soul be free. Let your soul be free. Your mind is free. And let your spirit run wild. Wild in creativity. Your spirit is a beautiful thing. So let it give you that, that energy to let you smile, walk about, and what's up, God? What's up, Goddess? Big, enough respect to the, yeah. What you do over there today, make we enjoy. We're supposed to walk on this earth, man, and walk on and bounce around and enjoy, you know. Too much boxes on this place, eh? They might do certain crazy things, man, and create war and anger and jealousy and bad mind and grudge and other low frequency negativity. We don't want a negativity around. We come with goodness, come with peace and upliftment, come with happiness. Yeah. The best things that I'm going to ever see from a woman is a smile. Yeah. It was a smile that got me. So when I see my woman smile started losing her. Yeah, not me, you know, because I keep up my smile, but when I see my woman smile start to losing her, I know that something has gone wrong. Yeah, any relationship, if a man smile start to lose him or a woman smile start to lose her, something gone in a relationship. And notice, nobody, you know, no two loving couple with empathy and good, you know, connected frequency, and go up to each other and say, oh, blah, 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 and just screw up and meet people like that. No, that's anger. There's always a peaceful, calmness, smiling, outpouring of your soul. That's your soul. When your soul connect like that, you know, when your soul connect like that, it's beautiful. And that's why you smile, that's why you're gentle, that's why you're soft. But a lot of people don't maintain their soul within that relationship because you see they become dissatisfied within the relationship. So when you become dissatisfied, instead of growing and accepting and living together and creating your own beauty, let's do this together and create beauty. That's what you want? We can do it together and create that beauty and grow in respect and love for each other and do the practices of love and peace. You know, each day is a daily thing. It's a cycle of daily things. So anytime you start skip out on it, then you know that something has gone wrong. Yeah, so my Empress, my queen, whoever I see, I'm going daily get up and give her a nice kiss and a hug and a touch, love touch, say something beautiful to her. That's what I want to practice with my Empress. You know, I don't want to come and, you know, bend up my face. All of my face supposed to bend up. I'm not supposed to come in with no bend up face. You understand? Because of goodness and people. Me I come in my house, in the early stages of my relationship, I love coming home. And then there was a point now when the Empress started to just screw up on me. I said, no, stop. The Empress not run me. For she knows. She knows that I like to come home to beauty. And I'm bringing home beauty. I mean, bring home flowers. But there's beauty and peace in me. I don't have money to buy flowers. And I could have probably stretched sometime and buy flowers. But, you know, we were not too much into the more, you know, knock you off your feet type of flowers. But yeah, the entire line now, like how I dress now, and I realize that these things are important. I'll give flowers. I'll bring you chocolate, you know. And if I see you getting too heavy on the side, you know, I think, you know, I might like, oh, hey, Empress, yeah, I'll get a little bit thick, you know. So that'll give the most chocolate, man. Make we maintain this good health here. And if you're happy with what you are, guess what? I am happy with who you are. As somebody say, it's not a brown skin, it's not a black skin, it's not a. I like natural. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely like natural. For real. I love natural. You see? So no matter if a brown skin or chocolate skin or caramel skin, you see? You have to be a 9-eater bean now. 9-eater bean we are deal with every time. 9-eater bean. We now go outside away. Outside of a tribe. Yeah, we now go outside of that tribe if we create a peace in humanity. You find out so when you go outside a certain tribe, it's like they're not programmed. A lot of people are not programmed to maintain certain levels of higher frequency, so you have to leave them alone. Yeah. That's my take on that one. You leave people alone who are not programmed to maintain the higher frequency. Because you want to keep it, you know, our frequency as a king is to bring you up. Come on up. Come and enjoy some of this good frequency up here. Some of this good life. Are you going to come with peace instead of coming with problems? Yeah? Are you going to come in love instead of coming in fear? You know, are you going to come in unity instead of coming with condescension? You think that you're better than once you attain king or queen status now, you know, you're looking down on the poor. Oh, you know, I don't do that no more. I start to twine up your mouth and no, you have to love people for who they are. Loving people for who they are. You are not them. They are different in that way. By their codes. But we are one in spirit and soul, and that's why we give them the love. You give them the love and respect, guess what? You always gonna get people love and respect. But you start to do that the kind of aggression through, so a lot of people don't realize that in their very countenance, in their very words, just the way how you say word, there's silent aggression in that. Yeah, I think they have a term called passive aggression. Passive. I don't know if two of those can go together, you're passive. But even in that sense, passive aggression is good if you can keep your mouth shut. But is when you say the energy of words now, because when you're passively aggression and it's not under control, you realize you start to get smart with your mouth. Yeah, you start to say, all right, hey, I was calling you. Yeah, yeah, I was calling you, I didn't hear you. So you never come, you couldn't come inside, you know, say me the genius so. In a bathroom with there. Yeah, but you could answer me and say, all right, I'm in the bathroom, I'll be out in the... And you see one face now start to twist and look one way. Yeah. So that's what I just presently experienced and start to talk about how within the relationship you're going to have people with passive aggression, and what I'm experiencing as a man who have gone through pleasing woman, I don't want to like give up my total freedom and space to please woman, and that's why I'm going to create my own little kingdom. You understand? You have to create your own kingdom as a man, have your own money power as a man, and so that you can have respect and love, and so that also women in return can have respect and love for you, because women deserve the best, but they also deserve to give you the best. So enough love and respect to the feminine divine all the way. But yes sir, you have to learn how to come back or go back into your feminine self. Yeah. The women, especially in America, need to go back into their feminine, softer self. Too aggressive, man. Yeah, yeah. You gotta have more femininity towards you, so that you too can be at peace. Because when aggression is not peaceful, it's all about being in peace, and it's not everyone I know that's going to be at peace. And there are some sweet females out there that are at peace, very much at peace with themselves and at peace with others. And I've seen them, I've noticed them, I see plenty of them. I listen to them. Favorites of mine when I see the women are peaceful, man. Yeah, I can. Yeah, when you look at the aggression in a woman, I'm like, wow, 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 wow. Yeah, but women, I'm trying to advise you. This king advice: be at peace, man, with self. Be at peace. Love upon your own very own self, and know that whoever you are attracting will come and love you too. If you love yourself beautifully, you will going to accept those that are going to see you as a beautiful person. You're going to have that beautiful smile. I'm telling you, once the woman's smile is gone, when the woman's smile is gone, woman, women, feminine, empress, goddesses, feminine, divine, divine, feminine, keep your smile. Keep your smiles, man. Keep your smiles. You're powerful. You have control. So even though I say woman government, if you're a powerful person that is loving with a good woman government, guess what? I'll be under your government. I'll be under, yeah, but you gotta be peaceful, man. You gotta be peaceful and loving, and allow me to give you that love also, because I have love to give. So big up on yourself, feminine divine. Yeah, give me more smiles. Show us more love as male, because you have sensitive male out here that very much healed, very much healed. Like myself, I'm healed. I'm not chaos and unhappiness. I'm gonna come with smiles and support what you do. You see, you're happy with what you're doing. I'm gonna come in and support. Let's cook some food together. You know what I'm saying? And prepare. And promote something to the world together. That's how powerful we are. That's what they speak of when they say power couple. So I'm looking. I'm out there. I'm telling you, I'm not going back into no relay. I would rather to stay by myself as a single growing old man than to have a chaotic. The word narcissistic is going out there, but I just don't want to use them terms. But angry and a woman that doesn't have peace. You have to have peace in yourself. Be at peace with yourself, and then you will be at peace with everyone else. So yeah, once you have peace, you're my empress. I love peace, and that's the way we go. Keep it peacefully. All right. So enough love every time. Peace, love, and respect.